In the 1930s, my grandfather, who was Leon Freddie Chapman Sr., opened a grocery store on Main Street in Smithfield, which he named the Independent Market. My grandfather had the grocery store for 50 years, and the telephone number for the store was 152. From the time I was 2 years old, I was behind the counter, and Daddy being in North Africa, Mama was helping Granddaddy take orders and that kind of thing. And they were back in the days when it was not self-service. You stood at the counter and asked for it. The goods in the store were on the shelves behind the counter, and Granddaddy or the store clerk, me or my mother or whoever, would gather the requested items from the shelves. A large part of the store's success was the meat. Nothing was ever cut and no hamburger was ever ground until you asked for it. My grandfather's butcher for years, his meat cutter was named Henley Manning. Mr. Manning could cut meat like you would not believe, and I still have the steel that he sharpened knives on. It's in my drawer at home. The store provided delivery service, and customers could phone in their orders to be filled, charged to them, and delivered. And collection was on Monday. The store opened at 8 o'clock in the morning and closed at 6 at night, except on Saturday nights when the store stayed open until at least 11. Granddaddy never closed until he was sure that all his regular customers, black and white, had a way home. And if they didn't have a way, he sent them home in the truck. And a lot of people worked in the fields during the day and had to come home and take a bath and then bring the family to town. And that's why he didn't close his store. For more than 50 years, the Independent Market was a thriving part of downtown Smithfield. That store, the stock was upstairs. And once a week, we'd have to go around to all the shelves, take stock, see what needed to be brought down, and go upstairs, where there were hundreds of spiders and hundreds of cobwebs and all kinds of things. And there was a big old wooden elevator which was operated by rope, and you would load the stuff on there, take it down to the second floor, and restock the shelves. And when the new stock came in, it had to be taken up on the elevator and left upstairs. And people shopped there because it had fresh fruits and vegetables.
We used to bring you a bushel basket full of tomatoes.
Yes, yes. I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to Norfolk with my grandfather to buy stuff. And all the chickens were big, full chickens packed in ice. The eggs were in a crate. If somebody called up and ordered a dozen eggs, you had to go get a dozen eggs out of that crate.
Not only that, you had to candle them.
Yes, you did. They candled them to see whether there was a little chicken inside. Yeah, and you couldn't sell it that way. You put it back under the hen. And the hens were mean. They would peck you like crazy. They used to have things called snap baskets, full of snap beans, green beans, whatever. I always called them snaps. I didn't know they were called anything else. When I got to college, they asked me if I wanted green beans one day, and I said, what the hell is a green bean? I said, is it a snap? And she said, yes. I said, thank you, I will have some. But anyway, when they moved over, there was a snap basket full of unpaid bills. And my grandfather said to my mother, Virginia, just burn them. We're not going to collect them. Forget it. And you'd be surprised at who owed those bills. Times have changed, but the spirit of Smithfield remains.